Hey guys, it's Smile here with What If Deku was the Blue Beetle Part 1. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe, because according to YouTube analytics, more than half of you are not subscribed. So please subscribe or at least check if you're subscribed. Forget about that. Let's start the video already. Hey guys, it's Smile here with What If Deku was the Blue Beetle Part 1. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe, because according to YouTube analytics, more than half of you are not subscribed. So please subscribe or at least check out the subscribe button and see if you're subscribed. But forget about that. Let's get started with the video. So just like in the original series, Deku's going to be quirkless and is going to be bullied by Kachan his entire life. He's also a huge All Might fanboy. So basically his entire life is the same until the beginning of the anime. Oh, by the way, if you hear something in the background, I'm terribly sorry. The air conditioning is not working correctly. But I have literally no choice, so I'm sorry. But like I was saying, where Deku is walking home after Kachan blew up his notebook, Deku walks home under the bridge again. But what he doesn't know is that right above him is a certain scarab. But as soon as Deku is directly under the scarab lets go of the roof and lands on Deku's backpack and goes inside his shirt. Before he could do anything, he gets stabbed with the scarab pincers. As Deku kneels down in pain, he hears a voice saying, "What the hell are you doing on the ground?" Deku then turns around and sees the sludge villain. But as the sludge villain begins to suffocate him, the scarab is doing something to him. Before the scarab could activate, Deku hears a voice. He hears, "I am here." And then the sludge villain gets blown away with just one punch. But when Deku wakes up, he sees a giant man above him, slapping his cheek so he wakes up. And when Deku wakes up, he sees All Might. So he instantly begins to fanboy and ask for an autograph. But as soon as he opens his notebook, he notices that All Might already signed it. All Might told Deku he had to leave. But as All Might leaves, Deku just has to grab onto him. And when All Might sees him, he tries to push him off, but Deku tells him he will die from this height. So All Might decides to land on a nearby building. But before he could leave, Deku asks him a question. All Might deflates. So he explains his injury, but after he explains his injury, Deku asks if he could become a hero with auto quirk. All Might told him the same thing in the anime, that Deku can't become a hero with auto quirk. As Deku and All Might begin to walk away, they hear an explosion. They decide to go back and check it out. But as soon as Deku gets there, he sees Kachan being suffocated by the sludge villain. When he looks at the heroes, he notices they're not doing anything because they're either waiting for All Might or somebody required to deal with the fire. But as Deku kept watching, he thought he needs to do something. Then he heard a voice saying to use a grapple or a whip. Deku just ignored the voice and ran into the fire. He decides to do his best against the sludge villain, but when he does, it just goes way farther for some reason. And the sludge villain doesn't cause an explosion. But when Deku puts his hands up defense, that's when a shield is created, and then his body gets surrounded in armor, and a blaster showed up on his other hand. He hears a voice saying, "Aim for the eye." Before he could even question what the hell was going on, his hand moved by itself. The cannon pointed at the sludge villain and shot a ball of energy, which destroyed the sludge villain eye, which makes the sludge villain scream in pain. Then Deku hands him back to normal. He tries to grab Kachan. When he does, he pulls him out really easy, like he has super strength, and he puts him down. Puts on first into one spot, and into giant cannon. Before he can shoot anything, he hears a voice saying that the target is going to be terminated. Before he shoots anything, he says, "Don't kill him." Blasters change form. Instead of an energy blaster, it turns into a sound cannon and blows away the sludge villain. It puts out some fires, but not all of the fires. As the heroes contain a sludge villain and put out the fire, he look at Deku and question, "Who the hell is he?" Deku is just looking at himself and asking himself, what just happened? Then he hears a voice saying that he activated his armor and kept him alive. But when Deku asks what the hell was there, then Deku is surrounded by the media. They start asking him who was he and what is his quirk. But before Deku could answer, the scarab said they need to leave. So Deku noticed something appear on his back, but then he started to fly. He then realized the thing on his back was a jetpack, but before Deku could even react, he started to fly. But he soon noticed that he soon noticed that he was controlling his body at the time. He didn't go far until he crashed into a beach. But luckily there was a nearby ocean, so he aimed the ocean and didn't take much damage. When Deku got back on the beach, he asked what the hell was going on. Is this his quirk? But then he heard somebody tell him that he doesn't have a quirk. Just let him use the weapon so he doesn't die. But that's pissed off Deku because he wants to know who the hell is he and where the hell is he. The scared just mentioning that he's talking through his mind and that he's on his back. But when Deku heard this, he went to a nearby trash pile on the beach and got the reflected piece of metal. He tried to use it as a mirror. And when Deku saw the scarab, he started freaking asking, who the hell is he? That's when the scarab told Deku that his name is Kaki Da. Now, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I'm not sure. But after hearing his voice, this made Deku confused. And asked if his name was American or something. Kaki just began telling him that it's alien. He made Deku freak out because he just found out aliens are real, that this one is back. But Deku realized something off, that if there's an alien on his back, that means there's going to be an alien invasion. The scarab said that his species is attached to living things and make them stronger. As soon as Deku heard this, he realized that if these aliens can make people stronger, then maybe he can actually become a hero. Then Kaki told him that he has no time for school because Black Beetle isn't going to wait for you to learn. But then Deku asked what he meant and who the hell is Black Beetle. Then Kaki explained that he isn't the only alien on this planet, but he's one of the only nice ones. When Deku heard this, he automatically asked that are they going to destroy Earth and kill the heroes? With Kaki telling him that they will try to take over Earth, which is why they need to come up with a plan so they don't die. But Deku told Kaki they should tell the pros. But Kaki told him that if he did, they will probably get arrested because they would think he's crazy or try to experiment on them. And if they did listen, the only person who could beat Black Widow is All Might, but they also have to worry about the other scarabs. So the best option is for them to become stronger, so they don't end up dead. But as Kaki explained this, they could come up with an idea. If they become pros, then when they fight the other scarabs, they will be more prepared because UA will train them. And even though Kaki didn't want to do this, he knew he had no choice. It seemed like they wouldn't give up becoming a hero. So after the little conversation, Deku and Kaki started to train so they can beat the others and get to UA. And Kaki told Deku most things about the scarab has a green one is a Martian, and also they have weakness and stuff. Most of the time they train, cleaning up the beach and coming up with weapon ideas. Deku kept all of this a secret. He didn't want people to know the origin of his new power, so he didn't tell anybody he had this power until he got into UA. Kakashi doesn't know he has power. But after Deku does his 8 months of training, he's gotten really buff, and he has learned how to use 5 weapons that he has, which is the sound cannon, stun blasters, electro fist, claws, and electric whip / grapple. But after his training, he decides to go to UA entrance exam, which I'm gonna try to fit in this episode. But like I was saying, Deku started to walk in the building. He was talking to Kaki, and they were wondering what the practical was going to be. When he walks in, he trips, but lucky he didn't fall. So he started floating. That's when he sees a brown haired girl, which asked him if he's okay, and that if he doesn't mind her using his quirk on him. But Deku said it's okay. The brown haired girl leaves, and when she does, Deku thinks himself, he talked to a girl. But when he thought that, he just responded by telling him that he's so lame. Deku ignored the comment and tries to walk. When he got in, he saw Kachin, and just like in canon, Kachin told him to go home. He doesn't stand a chance. But Deku didn't care, so he started to talk. He started to take the written exam, and because he had Kachi, he actually got a perfect score. But then Deku went to the auditorium, so President Mike explained to do during the practice game. While President Mike was explaining, Deku was mumbling the entire time, while Kaki was telling him to be quiet. But during Mike's explanation, one of the students with blue hair got up and asked President Mike about the 4th robot, and telling Deku that he should be quiet, which pissed off Kaki because he just said they should beat him up for talking to them so rudely. But Deku calms them down. They apologize, but they soon go inside and take the practice game. Before it starts, they comes up with the idea to fly above everybody, modify his blasters, for long-range shots. As soon as Deku hears the words go, puts his arm on and flies past everybody. It shocks Lee like he just saw something fly past him like it was nothing. When he sees next, shocks him even more. Because Deku just had to fly up everybody because he shoots the robot's pump off. Huge energy blast into some robot's head and makes an EMP cannon, knocks down another 5 robots. But then he soon flies away, begins shooting more and more robots. Thanks to the scarab locator, he can find all the robots with no show. But he does this. The teachers are watching, discussing. People who are paying most attention to Deku is Power Loader and Principal Nezu. So why is because Power Loader is impressed by Deku's weapons. And to him, it seems that Deku is tech building quirk. And Nezu is wondering to himself, the amount of variety Deku weapons have must mean that he decides what weapons would be right, then builds them. Which means he's highly intelligent, and all weapons are extremely advanced. After a while, Deku gets 86 villain points. He then decides to stop, so more people can get points. But they didn't cocky tell him that he released a 0-pointer. Because he just takes a massive enemy. He detects a massive enemy coming. But as soon as Deku begins to leave, he hears a voice. So when he tells Kaki to higher his hearing range, to scan for sounds and to locate them, then hears Uraka screaming for help. So he flies, and when he gets to Uraka, he easily gets the rubble off her. Before he flies off, he asks Kaki if there's a way to take this guy down. As soon as Deku says this, Sand turns into a cannon, and a target appears on a certain part of the robot leg. And the minute Deku shoots the leg, it explodes and begins to tip over and fall. And after it falls, it explodes. He then flies back down and drops off Uraka. Then Recovery Girl shows up. Here's Uraka. She also asks Deku if he needs healing. Deku said, no, he's fine. She also asks Deku if he needs healing. Deku says he's fine and flies away. When he tries, but as soon as he lands, he takes off his armor, so he doesn't get in trouble. When he gets home, he begins to worry that if he passed, but then Kaki tells him that he kept count of their points. There's no way they didn't pass. But as Deku waits for his letter to show up, his mom finally arrives with his letter, so he opens it up, seems that All Might's on it. But All Might explains that he got the highest amount of billion points in the entire group. And he also got the highest amount of hero points, got a perfect score on the original exam, which impressed him so much that he was put in class 1A without a second thought. Most people would like to talk to him, including Principal Nezu himself. But guys, sadly we're going to have to end the video here. Before you leave, let me comment if you want Deku to get one fall. Don't check out my Discord description so you can go beyond plus ultra.